So first, I would like to tell. I think already Jay has introduced me. Still, I would like to tell you that I'm the founder of Let the Data Confess, and I have done my post graduation from BITS Pilani in embedded system, which was not related with the data science or AI, but slowly I switched to this field. And if you have any doubts, even after the session, you can connect me over the LinkedIn. I'm always available there. So let's discuss now what is conversational AI. It includes lots of things. Have you seen any movie, Her, anyone, or maybe Ex Machina, any sci-fi movie you guys have seen so far? Okay, I am assuming that you guys have seen. If not seen, please go and watch sci-fi movies because that gives you a feel that what AI has like is capable to or what it can do actually in the future. We are very close to it, but still, it will take time to improve, and lots of things are going on. Among them, there is a one part that is conversational AI, where we are enabling our machines to communicate with others or in such a way that suppose if you are feeling bad about something and you want to communicate with someone but you don't have anyone, so okay, let's talk to some software or some machine, okay, that can answer or reply according to this. Is just a human touch that we have tried to provide to machines nowadays. Apart from that, in business, how it is actually useful. Nowadays, in 2 years, we have seen lots of businesses have been online now. Okay, like everyone is using mobile apps in every industry, like purchasing, education, healthcare, everything is now online. So when I say everything is online, what does it mean? Okay, it's like we need support also, we need customer care also, and everything has to be online. Now think about in that way that if we as a suppose I am a company owner and I am providing a customer service to different people, and I want that my customer will get immediate support of every problem that they are facing. So what will I do in that case? In that case, two options I have. Either I have a manpower, okay, like I'll keep so many employees who can connect with the calls and resolve the queries, okay, something like this they can do. Or the second option is I'll do one more thing. I'll implement some chatbot or some automated system that can at least handle the basic queries or maybe do some advanced queries as well. So in that case, my resources are saved, my time is saved, and lots of other functionalities also I can add. So in that case, if I think what kind of scenarios are possible where I can actually implement it. So you can see here what is the percentage of the scenarios that are used in the industries. You can say different questions are being answered, like there
Huh?
are so many companies which are involving this.
Chat?
Okay, getting detailed answers or explanations or solving a complaint, okay, or maybe paying a bill, making a reservation, scheduling a meeting, or even at tech also it's completely online now. So in that case, everywhere we need a chatbot to actually sort this problem. So what is the benefit of doing? When I'm saying, I first think that like I'm reducing the manpower, okay, I am making it 24/7 availability. If I'm not implementing any automated system, there might be two cases again. Either I'll have to hire people for who can be available for morning shift and evening shift, and another way is like I have to do like this. I have to hire someone who can be available 24/7, and in that case, it will be a problem. Second thing, increase customer satisfaction. Suppose you have purchased something from Amazon, okay, and it's not working well or it's not bad. You tried to return the product, but it was not returned due to some problem. After 2-3 times hustling with all these things, you will be frustrated, okay. In that case, when you will talk to customer care, you will be 99% chances are you will be in the anger, or maybe you will not talk properly because you're frustrated. Similar thing can happen from other side also, that that person is not in the mood to talk to you, maybe some personal issues are going on, and in that case that person is not able to solve your problem properly. But if you are making an automated system, so such kind of human emotions are completely ignored, and it's like the answer or customer satisfaction will be increased definitely. Apart from that, customer engagement will also increase. How? You can think, if a human is talking, okay, that person might be more inclined to tell about a particular services. Suppose if you talk to our customer care, they might not be aware of data science, that might be from a not non-technical background, and you are asking some queries, maybe that person might answer the non-technical queries, but when you start going into little technical, okay, what you are going to cover in the course and something like this, then that knowledge will be like lacked at that place, and in that case that person or that customer care person will actually hand it over to someone else. So in that case customer engagement will be reduced. Okay, in that case we can't actually keep our customer engaged all the time, that okay, please talk or please convert, or like all these situations will be little hampered. Okay, and you know, nowadays even if we do not able to open a Google for even for a 2-3 seconds, no one stays there. Okay, we try to switch on the other things. This is a this is the speed that people are actually searching or trying to find the answer. No one wants to wait nowadays. So for that, chatbots are the best option. And apart from that, we can actually display or showcase all of our products, services in all together, rather than just keeping it on the website. We can have a more communication or engagement over that. Yeah. Okay, so now we understood, okay, chatbot are useful in these ways, but question is like how we can implement this conversational AI. Okay, so there are multiple technologies. We are using machine learning, we are using deep learning, and also we are using natural language processing. In fact, natural language processing, that is NLP, is the most widely used nowadays to handle this conversational AI problems or chatbot related issues, because there are two ways to communicate now as human does. Okay, either by the speech or by the text. Okay, so everything that is related with the text, that is actually handled by natural language processing. The another thing, that is speech, the speech thing always handled with the signal processing. General machine learning algorithms are used for to implement that. So for that, you can find lots of GitHub resources, lots of open source resources. So with the help of that, you can start. I'm just telling you how, if you want to make such kind of system, how can you start? There are lots of open source communities are there for both the things. You can just start from there and build your own board. We will discuss that part also, but let's go in little technical now. What are the parts of NLP? When I say, okay, conversational AI is using NLP, how? Okay, so you have to just think like how a human brain works. If you can understand this small part, no, you can solve any problem. Because what we try to do all the time, we always try to learn, uh, or we always try to make machine learn on that how human brain thinks or how human brain responds. So suppose if you are seeing this sentence, hey Google, how did the stock market do today? Okay, you have to think that how my human brain will actually process this sentence. So first, if I am a human, I'm actually looking at the sentence, or maybe someone is asking this sentence, I'll do one thing. I'll first see that what are the focus words. What is the stock market? What is the maybe it's a Google stock market today. These are the primary words that are being talked about. Second thing, I might focus on like, okay, what this question wants to say, what is the intention behind this question. Okay, so I'll okay try to understand, okay, this is asking about the stock market prices. The third part, the my human brain will think, okay, I understood this is talking about the stock market, it is asking about the prices, and it is about the today, and it wants me to answer the prices of the stock market. Okay, then the third part will come here, that is natural language generation, where I'll generate my response. I understood that okay, this is the question is being asked to me. Now what will be the answer? So I'll based on my memory, I'll try to answer this question. This is how a human brain works. And similarly, a program, software, or machine learning works. This is why this is divided into three categories: NLP, NLU, and NLG. NLP means where I'm trying to break down the different sentences and trying to identify focus words. Second thing is NLU, which try to comprehend the question. Okay, what actually it means. The third thing is natural language generation. So when I'm a human, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll try to go or search in my memory. I'll try to think about it. Maybe I know the answer. Or if I don't know, I'll go to the Google and try to search all these things. But if you are doing it with machine learning or some software program, you can have two options available. Either you can create your own database, first thing. Second thing is you can travel over the internet and then answer the question. Okay, so now if you know these three parts, that how a question can be answered, you can make your own book. There is nothing apart from these three parameters. Okay, now let's discuss how actually chatbot is being designed. I'm just telling you the complete overview. I'm telling you the how actually machine learning or deep learning is implemented. And also when I'm saying a chatbot is designed, it's not like that everything is being designed by machine learning, deep learning, or maybe everything is automated. No, it's like half of the things we automate, half of the things we actually apply hard rules over there to answer something. I'll explain you how. Suppose you want to make a boat. Okay, you want to make a shopping boat, okay, which can answer or which can let you know about different products that are available in the market. And for that you have an app. Or let's talk about the food. I am assuming many of you has used Swiggy. You might have ordered from food from Swiggy, okay? And in that, when we order food from Swiggy and it's not good, or maybe we want to talk to customer care, there is a chat option is there where we get the fixed responses, okay? They have fixed question and fixed answer. But what you want now, you don't want that fixed question, fixed answers. You want to actually communicate, okay, in such a way that even chatbot can answer in the customized way, not in the hard rule based answers. Okay, so first thing you will do is you will take the input from the user. And the second thing, how will you take the input? Think from a developer's point of view. If you are taking input from the user, I said two possibilities are there. Either that person will say something verbally, or maybe it will type something over the chat. So you will either have a speech or voice signal, or second thing might be it is in the form of text. Okay, now you are getting it in your application. You have to build some model to understand this thing, either voice signal or text signal. So you have two options there. Either you convert speech to text and take text as it is, so everything will be in the text format. Now you can apply a deep learning model accordingly. Or second thing is you can do one thing. You can convert text into signal, okay, text into speech, and then proceed further. Anything that you want. Generally people prefer speech to text, okay, because there is less error in that case. Okay, so and also model complexity is also less when we are making a text based system. Okay, now it will go to the board. Go to the board, it means it will go to the software. Now my natural language understanding system will try to understand what is being said. It will try to identify intent and entities. Intent means what is the intention of the sentence. Entities means the focus keywords that actually a bot has to understand to reply the answers. Okay, now after that we have to check that, okay, I understood these are the intents, these are the entities. Now are they enough to actually understand the sentence? Okay, like suppose if I am asking to the food chatbot you have created, like where we can answer or talk about food related queries, but I'm asking about can I get the loan? Okay, so in that case it will be a problem. So we have to actually understand that it is enough information I'm getting with the intent and entities to understand or to answer the user's query. If no, then I'll generate the fixed response. Okay, if no, it's not enough for me, please provide me some more related supporting text or maybe sentences. The second thing, if yes, it is sufficient, then I'll try to predict next thing, that okay, now I have to submit my input, I have to generate the answers. Okay, like suppose if I'm saying that Do you have a North Indian cuisine to eat, or maybe some South Indian food you have in your restaurant, something like this? Then focus word, I'll check, okay, South Indian and in your restaurant, something like this. I'll check and I'll go and search all the list that or menu that I have in my list. Okay, and accordingly, I can generate the reply. And then to generate the reply, because I have to again form the sentences. So it's like I'm again extracting the focus words and combining them, that should be grammatically correct. Okay, so this is an once it is generated, I'll again send back to my application. Are you getting this, how this complete flow is working? Now one more thing I would like to tell you here at this part, I am using machine learning or deep learning to understand or to identify intent and entities. And the second part here, I'm using deep learning, where I'm actually trying to predict what kind of actions can be taken, and I'm generating the response. These are the two places. Otherwise, here at this point is just a if else I'm using. Okay, and the one more part here also, if I have to convert the speech to text or text to speech, there also one more model I'm using. So basically, I would say chatbot is not just about learning one technology. Chatbot will include almost everything. It will include text to speech, speech to text conversion. Basically, this is called language translation. Second thing, identifying intent and entities, so which is called entity extraction, intent extraction. Maybe if you want to use some additional or advanced features like mathematics extraction or maybe relationship extraction, lots of things are there. So all these things will be included in the natural language understanding. Apart from that, when you are predicting, that is called natural language generation. So that also a different segment of NLP. So it's like chatbot is combining everything, every part of NLP you should be aware of if you are making a chatbot. Then also there is a possibility that your answer will not be very accurate. The reason might be too less training data. So whenever we design a chatbot, we have to keep this thing in our mind, that we need a data flow should be continuous, so that we can always keep training our data in such a way that it can keep learning. Otherwise, after a certain time, it will be completely stagnant and it will be of no use. So for that thing, we need ML ops. For that, we need deployment. There are lots of, I think Aditya has covered few things, few tools for that, to deploy or to CI/CD pipelines. I have to make everything to make it actually work. So are you guys getting this, or any doubts here? This is a very important architecture that you need to understand. Any questions so far?
Yeah, it's fine. So we can continue.
Okay. Okay, so now let's understand it in little, where I said what is intent. Intent is like what user is trying to ask about. Okay, what is the intent? What is the intention behind this question? The second thing, in entity, as I said, it's an important piece of information, or I would say focus word it is. The third part is story. Story is actually kind of training data. If you have trained any of your machine learning models so far, you might be aware of this thing, that we have to provide training data with its label. In conversational AI or in making a chatbot, we call it a story. It's a conversation, like I'm talking to you, you are talking to me, such kind of conversation we call it. Actions are something like, I have understood the sentence, everything I am aware of now, like how to generate the response, or what action has to be taken. If the user is searching for particular product, then I have to tell about the product. Okay, or maybe there is some other query, there is a customer related problem, then I have to share that part. So this is how these are the 4 important parts of a chatbot that you might face across. Okay, this is the same architecture. This is just in a better way I have kept in such a way that you can actually see that how this conversation will be there. Hello, how can I help you? What the weather is looking like tomorrow? So you can see these questions that are in the orange right now. These are the NLU component. These are actually asked by the user, and we have to understand that. Okay, and the whatever is in the green, that is generated after understanding the user's query. Okay, and also here we have connected it with the AP through API call, either with the database or with the UI, so that users actually can interact. Okay, apart from that, we have to actually see that what are the rules, policies. As I said, chatbot is not always related to this thing. No, chatbot is not related to machine learning or deep learning. We can't customize everything. So there are three kinds of policies that we have designed. One is a rule policy. Suppose in your chatbot, you have actually designed a chatbot to help the customers related to their products. But some guy comes and he started chatting about like, how are you doing? What's up? And all these irrelevant questions. So in that case, we have to handle such scenarios as well. So for that, we generally follow the rule policy where we have, so anything which comes irrelevant, I can reply in a hard coded way. Okay, yeah, that uh, I can say that, okay, this is the answer. Look, I can say that I don't understand, can you please rephrase the question again, something like this. I can always keep it if there is something irrelevant is being asked. But and also, not just this, suppose someone is saying hello, it's very obvious, no, that I will always reply hi, hello. I'll not reply, okay, what are the things that you are doing or what help you need, something like this. There are fixed responses. Here I don't need machine learning or deep learning. Okay, I don't need to learn the sentences. So here it's always efficient from a resource wise that I'll use the rule policy. The second thing is memorization policy. Okay, rather than going directly with the deep learning, I'll do one thing. I'll check if such kind of sentences are already present in my training data or not. If it is there, I'll use the memorization policy. Like, I'll use those sentences automatically. I'll not go with the deep learning approach that I'll learn the sentences. I'll use all of my resources. I'll go with the memorization policy. I'll see, okay, such kind of sentences being asked. In that case, what kind of reply was there, and I'll reply accordingly. The third part is the TED policy. TED policy is based on transformer embedding based policies where we actually make our model learn. So in that case, whatever is being asked, it's not related, even if it's like very close enough or maybe something different, then also answer can be predicted. Okay, so you can see this is how the structure. First we check with the rule policy, then memorization policy, and then TED policy. Okay, this is a little bit technical part, but now I think you might be thinking it's very simple, right? We know the path. We have to just take the sentence. We have to understand it. We have to generate the response accordingly. And now how to generate? I'll apply different machine learning or deep learning models to do that. But it's not that easy. The reason behind to understand the text, it's really a difficult side, because there are lots of challenges that we face to understand the text. Actually, this is the reason NLP is still a niche area nowadays, because lots of challenges people are still facing. You might be possible that you might have seen sentiment analysis, which is a kind of hello world of the programming. Okay, but in the sentiment analysis, there are lots of issues people are actually not referencing or addressing right now. Like, how will you identify the sarcasm? Okay, how will you understand that if there is any spelling mistake? Like, you can, as a human, you can understand, but how a machine will understand? Okay, so you can see here, I'll just give you a little context about it. First, this board, how will you understand this board word? It will be a noun or it will be a verb. Okay, like I'm saying, I'm boarding the train. Okay, or I'm using a whiteboard to explain the concept. In both the sentences, board has been used in a different way. So if in for a machine or for a program, this is important to understand that in one sentence board was a verb, in the second sentence it was a noun, because based on that only it can predict. Okay, this is called lexical ambiguity. Second kind of thing, you can see, he lifted the beetle with red cap. Did he use the cap to lift the beetle, or he lifted a beetle that had red cap? How you will understand, or how will you make your machine or your software to understand. This is called syntax level ambiguity that we face while understanding the sentence. Well, if you're facing any difficulty or any doubts, if you have no to understanding the sentence, then you will generate a wrong response. So everything will break down whenever whatever pipeline you will create. If you are not able to understand the sentence properly, it will break down. The third thing is Rima went to Gauri. She said, I am tired. When what is she here? Rima or Gauri? You have to understand that part also. This is called referential ambiguity. When we will actually process those texts, it's really difficult to understand because both are the females. Okay, so these are some challenges that we face from a technical. If you ask from a software developer, okay, what was the challenges? This is kind of challenges we face. But there are some challenges. I was discussing that what are the challenges that we might face from a business side. So first of all, we have to see the security. Okay, how we can make the chatbot secure. Second thing, we need a personalization also. We don't want that it will behave like a fixed robot. Okay, this has to be done in that way. We have to add some personalization so we can have a feel, okay, we are talking to a human. Second thing, one more thing that comes in the personalization, that is, it's not like for a food industry I'm making one chatbot, for a banking industry I'm making another chatbot. We have to make a combined chatbot in such a way, but this is really not possible nowadays. It's a very difficult area right now. Also, data gathering, if you do not have enough data in the chatbot, it really does not work. Apart from that, it has to be not like domain based or rule based completely. We have to make it more generic. And the fifth one is multi-turn. So if we see like that, what does mean by multi-turn? Do you have faced this kind of thing that we as a human, I'm talking about this right now, I'm talking about the conversational AI, but suppose if I started talking about the holidays just in a second, I can do it as a human, but for a robot it does not work. Okay, for a chatbot it does not work. They need to actually trained in such a way that they can actually go in one particular direction only. It's not possible that they are able to take multi-turns, or they can turn the conversation in any direction. So we have to see that as well. Otherwise, it's like a very specific boat we can design. Okay. So here we have to see, as these are the challenges that we have seen so far. Google and Facebook, these are the two companies that have tried to overcome these challenges by different through the different boats. Both has their own advantage. Google has designed Mina and Facebook has designed Blender. So both the chatbot have their own advantage. So you can see the amount of data that they have used for training: 312 GB, 4 million words, billion words actually. Multi-turn chatbot also it is, and it's an open domain. You can use this chatbot in any kind of domain. It's not a specific. Here are some components of the Mina. I'm leaving it right now because we have to go in the more technical otherwise. Okay, you can see most important part is if we see that human sensible, actually how the chatbot is evaluated. There is no prediction or accuracy score. These are based on the sensibleness and specificity average. Okay, so for that, for human can understand 86% time, then Mina was able to achieve 79% accuracy. And it's very obvious, no, Google has lots of resources and lots of text data also to train the network. So yeah, this is what Google has achieved so far. Apart from that, still there is something missing in the Google, I would say, or maybe let's not compare, just both has their own advantage. So in the Facebook's Blender, what is the thing? It can include the empathy, knowledge, and the personal touch, basically. Like, suppose if you're talking to one of your friend and you're another time you're talking to another friend, in both the conversations will be generally different, right? Sometimes for emotional advice we go to one friend, for a career related advice we go to another friend, because every person has its own way to understand the things, right? That's what Facebook's Blender is actually handling. How? Because Facebook has lots of data access of our chats on the Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp platforms. So they have built such data like they have built a chatbot based on that data, and they are able to include these four things. Okay, that they were able to include engaging use of personal chat. As I say, you can feel that okay, you are talking to one person at a time. It's not like you are talking to a robot. Second thing, the engaging use of knowledge. Okay, so it's like the more knowledge you will have, more probabilities there you will be able to answer certain things. The next thing is display of empathy, emotions. That is the actually strength or weakness, both are there for a humans. That also Facebook blender has included. Apart from that, they have, it's like for a human, when a human answers or when you communicate with human, there is something which makes us different from different machines, right? We can understand, we know at what time we have to stay quiet, we have at what time we have to just listen, or maybe we at what time we have to advise the person. So these, all these emotions that Facebook has tried to actually include in its chatbot, and it's really quite good, and you can check it on open source as well. It's some of the parts are open source right now. Okay, so you can think like chatbot can go to that much extent, but there are two things that you have to actually like pay attention to. One is the data set that you need anyhow. The second thing is more resources, better deep learning models to train the network. Okay, so yeah, this is all I wanted to discuss. Do you have any questions? You can definitely ask me.
Thank you, Arpita. It was a nice presentation on your side. So just talking about that business analytics. Miss, how the data is being changed in the real scenario. So Miss, which are the tools to analyze the data? So can you give some of the tools so that the software developer is using to visualize those type of data in the business scenario?
Yeah, so actually it depends. Like when I'm saying that the in the business analytics right now, many companies are using their own tools that are specific. Reason behind, because data security is always hampered if we use pre-built tool. But if you say that okay, there is a client that wants to see what information we can extract from the existing data set, then generally Power BI, table, such kind of data visualization tools are used. But as a software, if we want to extract continuous data, for that, the I would suggest the Python libraries are like best. Still we are using Beautiful Soup and such kind of libraries to extract the data and visualize this.
Okay, thank you.